So, guys, Wolves 2, Manchester United nil. This is your full time reaction from Molyneux this evening on match day 18 of the 24-25 Premier League season, where it's finished Wolves 2, Manchester United nil. Once again, these players, this football team, this football club are seriously in danger of getting themselves involved in a massive relegation fight this season. The realistic chances of Manchester United at this current moment in time turning this crap around are second to none. That today sums up this football club as a whole. We're embarrassing, we're shocking to watch. Our performances aren't at the level that Ruben Amorim is wanting. The players are clearly not trying. The players aren't putting the effort in. Players are letting this club down. The fans and supporters can see the problems. The club don't listen to anyone. They don't listen to the manager. They don't listen to the fans, and they don't listen to the supporters. The ones that suffer are the ones that love and care about Manchester United Football Club the most, because that today sums up the mentality and player FC of certain players that will continue to let Manchester United down time and time again. But Ruben Amorim has also got to realise it's about time he woke up and smelt the coffee. You're the one that was meant to be bringing this football team back to a level of superiority. You're meant to be a manager that we've put all our faith in. You're meant to be the manager that this football club put their trust in. Clearly, Ruben Amorim doesn't know his ass from his crack. I'm really sorry. Ruben Amorim has got to face serious questions about certain selection of some of these players once again. That team selection today has really fucking cost Manchester United any chance of winning that game today, because you had better players available to you on your bench and you chucked them on way too late when the game was already done. But the biggest talking point and the biggest joker in this team has to be that so-called captain, that so-called leader, that so-called someone that you go and get inspiration from, someone that you reach out to try and improve your own game, someone that is meant to be leading this club on the pitch as your captain. Get that captaincy, get that captain's armband off Bruno Fernandes. He is an absolute disgrace to this football club. He's a disgrace to the fans. He's a disgrace to the supporters. He has massively fucked up today. His idiotic decision-making to his lackluster performances and his individual ability is up for question. But the most idiotic thing to do is to get 2 minutes inside the second half where we've not even second half. You're already on a yellow card. You're already on and you massively run the risk of getting yourself sent off if you do something erratic, if you do something stupid, and if you do something massively idiotic. And what does he do? What does Bruno Fernandes do? Let this club down time and time again. Whoever's decision it was to give him the captaincy and the armband and make him the captain of these players and this squad has got to face serious questions and accusations about where the leadership is at this football club. This is 3 defeats in a row where the players have clearly given up. The players are clearly not fighting. The players are basically trying to get another manager out of the door at Manchester United Football Club. Enough is enough now of Player FC. Enough is enough if these pile of shit from absolutely leaving any more turds and leaving any more stinkers inside Old Trafford, outside of Old Trafford, and any more stinkers on the pitch. Because clearly today, when you're down to 10 men, you're down to 10 players, and you're a man down, and the side you're up against have clearly got a new manager bounce, are clearly going to have a brand new way of playing, a brand new setup, a brand new transition. And to be fair, I didn't think Wolves were that good, to be honest with you, inside that first half. I don't think they really caused Manchester United any serious issues. I don't think the manager bounce, which I thought Wolves would have straight away, I don't think it was there from my point of view. I didn't see that anticipation of Wolves changing. I didn't really see Wolves causing Manchester United any scary moments on their goal. I didn't really see Wolves create many attacking opportunities on our goal inside the first half. I thought Wolves were very, very lackluster. I thought Wolves were very, very passive. And I thought Wolves were massively missing a massive opportunity to prove to their new manager that some of these players are up to the task. And clearly, something changed inside that second half. I mean, to be honest, that whole first half was shite. From a Manchester United point of view, the whole first half was absolutely pointless. I've never known it to be this bad. And the last three results have summed this up. The performances and the level that we want from these players and from this set and from this squad are clearly not there. The levels aren't there. These players are clearly not going to try. These players have got so many managers sacked. These players have let so many of us down. And some of these players have shown to the football club that they're no longer here to fight. They're no longer here to win. These players have shown you today. It may be Christmas and it may be the festive season, but we are a day after Christmas on Boxing Day, where we've won most of our games on a Boxing Day period. Another record that has changed, that has been broken by Wolverhampton Wanderers today at Molineux. By beating Manchester United 2-0, Manchester United's consecutive wins on Boxing Day, that consecutive record has officially gone. Another record that Manchester United clearly could have done with not breaking today. But it shows as a whole. It shows as a whole that when you have that one player in your team that can make things happen, that one player that can make a difference on the pitch, but that one player that didn't show any balls, any fight, any creativity, or any realistically creating other opportunities for the rest of the players in that team. It shows today that Manchester United are in a bloody mess again. And it is really, really getting tiring of repeating myself. It's getting to the point now that people in this football club need to wake up. Bruno Fernandes can be a good player on his day. But since he's had that armband, since he's been made captain, and whatever decision it was to give him the captaincy, needs their bloody IQ looking at. Because that has made Bruno Fernandes into an absolute monster, and not in a positive way. All that guy does is whinge. All that guy does is complain. All that guy does is moan. And he moans every game, every match, and he throws his toys out of the pram time and time and time and time again. This is meant to be a player that was meant to be the midfield difference that this football club were desperately in need of. This was meant to be the player that was going to take Manchester United's midfield performances up to the next level. This was meant to be a midfielder that was going to change Manchester United's midfield for the best. Whoever's decision it was to make him captain at this football club needs to be fired, needs to be sacked tonight. Because when he gets himself sent off for 2 ridiculous yellow cards, you've got to question Bruno Fernandes' mentality, you've got to question his commitment, and you've got to question his desire to take Manchester United up to the level. Because making him captain has made Bruno Fernandes a lot worse. It's not made him better, it has made him worse. Because the responsibility on his shoulders goes up to a very, very high level that a lot of players rely on that captain to lead, to basically get Manchester United performing on the pitch. And Emmanuel was right. Manchester United are bloody shit. We are shit. We're a laughing stock. We're an embarrassment. We're shocking. We're awful to watch. We're piss poor defending at the back, piss poor attack, piss poor midfield. Manchester United have got so many problems on every section of this team, to the defence, to the attack, to the midfield, and to the goalkeeping. But Bruno Fernandes has let everyone down once again. How many more bad performances are we going to keep seeing Bruno Fernandes producing a Man United shirt? How many more performances is it going to show that Bruno Fernandes needs to be removed from this football club? How many more times are we going to have to keep banging on the drum of get him out this football club? Bruno Fernandes needs to go. I'm sorry. That's the last straw for me. You really cost Manchester United any chance of trying to win that game back. Because when you're a man down, you're a player down, and the opposition have got an additional advantage, how are you meant to come back and win? How are you meant to produce a comeback? How are you meant to get Manchester United winning on the pitch? Because when the opposition have got a man advantage, this is what happens when you go down to 10 players. This is what happens because you get the extra player and then you get the fans on side. The Wolves' momentum went up to the fucking next level. Soon as Bruno Fernandes was sent off, the Wolves' momentum gathered in pace by pace by pace because they knew there was a huge opportunity to go and beat us. There was a huge opportunity for Wolves to go and win. And Manchester United let them through the door. Manchester United were like, come on through. Get by the campfire. We'll get you a hot chocolate. We'll get you a blanket. Let's get the fireplace flowing. Let's put the wood on the fire. Let's get all cozy and let's all cuddle up together. That is Wolves. That is Wolves. There was a huge opportunity and Wolves fucking took it. Manchester United are embarrassing. When you lose Bruno Fernandes, you basically know there's no chance left. You knew the anticipation, the confidence, the motivation, the positivity. It's not like we were playing well anyway. We were shit in both halves today. Shit in the first half, shit in the second half. There was nothing from that performance that you could be pleased with. There was nothing in that performance that could get you off your seat. There was nothing from those players today to show that they are changing. Those players have got even worse. Those players today have shown you they're not up for it. They're not up to the task. They don't want to perform. They don't want to try for everybody. They're only in it for themselves. You can't find any positive from that game. Not one positive. And don't anyone come at me saying, well, it's still going to take time. It's going to take time. I'm getting sick of that excuse. Time is not on everyone's shoulders. Time is never going to be there permanently for everyone. Everyone gets to that age. Everyone gets to that time when they go. No, none of us are going to be around here forever. It's the reality. We're all going to go at some point. And you're basically getting excuses. There's going to be bumps. There's going to be these kind of results. What confidence does that give you as a fan? What confidence and positivity is to give that to supporter? That, for me, and this is WKD, by the way, because I'm having a drink, because this is the way it's made me feel. I'm having a drink. I think I deserve it, because I've been feeling unwell for a whole fucking week. Christmas for me has been shit. I've been feeling unwell a week. I've got no energy. I feel ready depleted, and this result hasn't helped. I honestly thought we would go to Wolves and show how big of a task it's going to be for Wolves' new manager to get Wolves out of this mess. Two good results for Wolves in a week. 6 points from the 6. 3 against Leicester, 3 against Manchester United. Back-to-back Premier League wins for Wolves, and it looks like now they have got themselves out of danger. They're going to get themselves out that relegation fight. They're going to get out that bottom 3, and the 3 shit clubs that came up are going to go straight back down where they came from. This is the standards at this football club. And if you look at it from the point of view now, Wolves are only 7 points off Manchester United. We are 13th in the Premier League on -2 goal difference. 22 points from 18 games. 22 fucking points. I'm sorry to say, that isn't good enough. 22 points from 18 games. We are basically 32 points off. If we could have gone on a long unbeaten run to start this season and be in the top 4, competing for the Premier League title, we are 32 points off. We are in a worse position than we were last season. We are in a worse position. We are struggling to climb up that Premier League table. We are struggling against the bottom half clubs again because players are letting the side down, letting their teammates down, letting everyone down that is connected to this football club, everyone that gives up their time, everyone who puts all this effort in, all their energy to make Manchester United the club it once was. No one is scared anymore. No one is scared of Manchester United. That fear factor is never coming back. Soon as Sir Alex Ferguson fucked off, The Glazers, the players, the board all took back control because they knew we can't mess with Sir Alex Ferguson, because if we do, we're going to get read the Riot Act. And I tell you what, I bet the Glazers, the players and the board were sat there doing the fucking Macarena. As soon as they knew he was going to retire and basically piss off, they knew what they were going to do. They were going to absolutely screw us over. I'm not surprised we've lost today, because the last 2 games have shown us up. And I told you, where's the next 3 points coming from? Where's the next win going to come from? Where's the next good result going to come from? Because at this rate, what Bruno Fernandes is idiotically done, he's not just got himself pathetically sent off because he's putting 2 stupid tackles on the same player. He's putting 2 shit tackles on the same player, on MATTHIJS Cunha. You have got to question what the fuck is going on in Bruno Fernandes' mind. You've got to question his mental state, and you've got to question his commitment to this football club. I think for me, Bruno Fernandes is becoming a massive, massive liability. And a lot of people have been protecting him. A lot of fans and a lot of supporters protect him. They don't want to criticise him. They don't want to blame him. They don't want to moan at him. They don't want to crucify him. They basically want to protect his ass. They don't want to go in on him. They don't want to blame the player. But today, you're on a yellow card because you're putting a stupid early tackle on MATTHIJS Cunha, because no one else is doing their job. No one else is defending. No one else is putting blocks in. No one else is putting tackles in. And you go and do it yourself, and you're going to be made a scapegoat. I hope Bruno Fernandes realises that. Tonight, you've made yourself look like a right scapegoat, because today you have embarrassed yourself massively. And as a captain, and as a leader, and as someone who's meant to be the role model in this team, you've got to start waking up to the possibility. Is this being done deliberately? And you've also got to blame Ruben Amorim, because if you've got most your players on bookings, you've got to question, why are we not changing things? Why are we not making subs? Why are we not trying to get the risks off the pitch, knowing you've got Kobbie Mainoo, Lenny YORO and Bruno Fernandes all on a yellow card? That, for me, is idiotic management. That is pathetic tactical awareness, and it's pathetic, naive management. You've got 3 players on yellow cards, knowing if one of them goes, we're down to 10 players. We're down to 10 men. How are you going to rescue the game if we go down to, we lose a player? What are you going to do? How are we going to turn this around? Emmanuel said, to be honest, I'm not even surprised. I'm now done. I am now numb to these lot. Exactly. You're absolutely right. You've got to question, why did Ruben Amorim not realise he had that many players on a booking? Why did he not realise that if any of them put a tackle in, you are risking Manchester United risking 3 points that they needed? We needed these points today. We needed this win. We needed these 3 points, but so did Wolves. Wolves needed this as much as we did. And of course, Wolves have come out on top because they took full advantage of Bruno Fernandes getting that win, getting sent off. It's a win-win for Wolves, really, because they've taken the advantage with the extra man. They've got the 13th player, a 12th man on their side through all their fans and supporters. So that's an extra player. So that's 12. We're theoretically down to 2 players. We're theoretically down 2 players because Wolves have got that extra player on the pitch, and then they've got the fans and supporters on their side. The whole game was done. But Bruno Fernandes has got to be questioned seriously. Are you the right guy as the captain to lead this team? Are you the right leader? And are you the right player to lead out that team every week? Not just at home, but away from home as well. Because that is really going to screw us up for next Monday's game at home to Newcastle, Old Trafford. That's going to absolutely mess everything up. Because if you look at it from a bigger point of view, we've now lost another midfielder. We've lost Bruno. He's going to be suspended for 1 game. He's going to miss the Newcastle game. It might not have been as dramatic as it could have been, because if he would have got a straight red, That would have been Newcastle, Liverpool, and I don't know who. I think that would have been the Southampton game if he would have been a straight red. I think Bruno Fernandes has got to count himself quite lucky he's only got sent off for a second yellow, because if it's straight red, this capitulates Manchester United results even more on the pitch. We are a laughing stock. We are a mess. Bruno Fernandes today has let everyone down. He should have been thinking in a better situation, knowing, oh shit, I've now gone and put the second tackling on MATTHIJS Cunha, and now I'm now gone. I'm done. I know I'm going to get sent off. I should have thought better instead of going in on the player. And the problem is, he's tried to win the ball, but idiotically, he's gone in on the player. And you've got to be thinking wiser and better than putting in stupid tackles like that, knowing a second yellow card's coming. And as soon as that tackle was made, as soon as it happened, I knew instantly, well done, Bruno. I mean, what a player. I mean, you've got to congratulate him for his idiotic decision making at that point of the game. And I knew instantly there's no coming back. There was no coming back. No response from the rest of the players. Down-tooled, gave up, waved the white flag. That is all I got. That was the response I got. We basically waved the white flag. You might as get some waving flag on from the 2010 World Cup, because we are waving that flag so much and we just let Wolves onto us. Because Wolves knew there's a chance, there's an opportunity, let's go and fucking take it. And they've responded. Wolves have responded to that moment. Soon as Bruno was gone, Wolves reacted. Soon as Bruno was off the pitch, Wolves went for us. Soon as Bruno was gone, Wolves knew they won. Wolves instantly knew they won the game. Wolves knew we can win this, and they deserve to do it. They do deserve to do it. Wolves deserve the 3 points. Wolves deserve the win. They created the better attacking opportunities. They created more opportunities on goal. They had a lot more creative play, a lot more of attacking opportunities. Manchester United did fuck all. Not just in the first half, but in the second half as well. There was nothing. I didn't see anything from those players today. For me, it looked like we were already beat. That was the vibe. That was the body language. And I tell you what, you're seeing a lot of these players starting to argue with each other. The core of this team is snapped. Everyone is snapping with each other. I mean, you might as well get a box of top trumps from your local Morrison's kiosk store, and you might as well get some top trumps, because a lot of these players are snapping with each other. You can see the disconnection. You can see the inheritance of what we are trying to build is now getting ripped apart, because the players are going in on each other. And again, you might have to take that as a positive, that a lot of them expect a lot better from some of the others. But a lot of them don't want to do it. A lot of them don't want to graft. A lot of them don't want to put in the extra mile. A lot of them do not want to do it. That are lazy, individual pricks. If you've got lazy bastards at this football club who don't want to do it, please go. Because we're still going to be here with or without you. You might as well get the U2 song on. But it's embarrassing to fold the way we did. It was embarrassing. It really, really was. There was nothing in Manchester United today that was going to ever convince me that we were going to win that game. I don't know how we were going to win that game. Because what did Ahmad do all game? What did HOJLUND do all game? What did MAINOO do? What did UGARTE do? What did DALOT do? What did MAZRAOui do? What did MAGUIRE do? What did YORO do? Like Martinez, ONANA, Bruno. That's all 11 players that went out and pulled that United shirt on today. No fight, no effort, no passion. They looked beaten. Oh, we've had to play a day after Christmas Day. Does it look like I give a shit? Oh, we can't spend time with our friends. Oh, we can't spend time with our family. Does it look like I care? You're professional footballers. Get on with it and perform. I'm sorry, you had all of yesterday. You had Christmas Eve to spend time with your loved ones, your friends and your family. You need to come back and take that mentality of having all that togetherness and love and bring it into the football club where you are a family. You're meant to be a family. at a football club. You're meant to be all in this together. I mean, you might as well get to put the High School Musical 3 film on, because there's a lot more togetherness in those bunch of actors than there ever has been at this football club. There's no togetherness. This core of squad is broke. It's gone. This squad is dead. There's no coming back from this. What I want to see now, what I really want to see happen, is Ruben Amorim go for them. Fucking crucify the fuck out of these players and call them out. If he's lazy, you call him lazy. If he's a prick, you call him a prick. Because if they're not going to do it, you need to say to the board and the owners, you need to get rid of this lot. I want this lot gone. But all we're hearing, sell to buy, financial fair play. And the problem is, there's a lot of other United fan channels jumping on the bandwagon. We are in this financial mess. We are going to have to sell to buy. PSRs, we're above the dreaded dotted line, only just. Stop falling for the bullshit. There is no issues financially at this fucking football club. We are the richest club globally with all this revenue, all this profit. And you fans are falling for the bullshit. If Man United were fucked financially, we wouldn't be able to play. We wouldn't be able to fulfill our fixtures. We wouldn't be able to play these fucking lazy bastards that we've got at this football club. And you fans are falling for it. You fans are believing all this. Wake up and smell the coffee. We make the most revenue out of any club globally. We make the most profit out of any club globally. And fans are saying, well, we have to understand the situation. Man United are in this financial crap. No, we're not. There's a lot of fans who don't know football. There's a lot of fans who individually don't understand how a football club works. When money is brought in through profit and revenue, we are making money. So clearly, there ain't no money to spend in January. They're going to have to, because these players can't be trusted after today. Surely Amorim has got to realise, I'm stuck with Maguire, I'm stuck with Onana, I'm stuck with DALOT, I'm stuck with MAINOO, I'm stuck with HOJLUND, I'm stuck with UGARTE, I'm stuck with Bruno, I'm stuck with ZIRKZEE and Anthony and CASEMIRO and ERIKSEN, Tom Heedson, Buendia, Toby Collier, Harry Amas. I mean, the amount of shit he is having to work with. But the problem is, Ruben Amorim is contradicting himself, because you're picking the team. You're picking these players. Surely to God, he would have thought, I need to know better. I need to start making some big, big decisions. And all everyone is doing is talking about fucking Marcus Rashford, the fucking Mr. Go Out nightclub and Mr. I drink a lot. I mean, can we get over this now? Stop making Marcus Rashford the talking point. We know he's a twat. We know he's stupid. We know he's doing stupid things on and off the pitch, and he deserves to be dropped. But if you go and tune into that game, you've got John Obi Mikel, the ex-fucking Chelsea reject, saying, I don't think this Rashford stuff's fair. I don't think Marcus Rashford's getting treated fairly. I think all this Marcus Rashford stuff, I don't think it's the manager doing it. I think it's the board. I think it's the owners dictating. Johnny B. Mikel, I don't know who the fuck you think you are, you ex-Chelsea reject that won fuck all in your career because you were shit. Wake up and smell the coffee. It was the manager that's made this decision about Marcus Rashford. Not the board, not the owners, the manager. And you're making it into a scapegoating mission, blaming Amorim. I think it's the club doing it. I think it's the owners doing it. No. Amorim's having to make these decisions because not one person at football club has got any balls to make it. None of them. From the owners to the board, no one's got the cojones to show fight except for Amorim. He's the ones making the decisions. And some of the decisions are laughable. He should have realised Maguire's not good enough. Casemiro, Eriksen should never be playing for this club. Should have been sold in the summer. But no, we kept hold of them. Maguire was in the same boat. Should have been got rid of. Should have been told, you're going. We're not having you here anymore. Get the fuck out. Marcus Rashford has made issues so many times on and off the pitch, making us look like a laughingstock. And people are saying, oh, I think it's the club making the decision. Oh, I think it's Ineos. Oh, I think it's the Glazers. Oh, I think it's the football club. No, it's the manager. Because he's woke up and smelled the coffee. You spent 600 million on this shit under the last manager. 600 fucking million. And I've walked in and I've got to work with it. If Ruben Amorim, before he was offered that job and before he took it, he should have been told. And he should have been given full authority to work with his players, not Ten Hag's players, not Van Gaal's players, or Mourinho's, or Ragnick's, or Solskjaer's, or Mourinho's, or Moyes. Ruben Amorim, before you sign that contract, make sure that this club are going to get rid of the manager's crap. Make sure before you sign that contract, you're not made the scapegoat, mate. I am fully behind Amorim for dropping Rashford. Rashford's a dickhead. I'm sorry. What he's done on and off the pitch is a disgrace. I want the next chapter of my life. I need my next move. I'm ready for the next step. Get out then, you fucking snake. You're an absolute snake, Marcus. Oh, I feel massively untreated. I feel this is massively unfair. I don't give a shit about Marcus Rashford. I really don't. He's the last of my thoughts and my feelings. He's an absolute snake. You don't come out of a statement and say, well, I'm ready for the next step. I'm ready for the next chapter. Oh, get out then. Get out, you fucking dickhead. If you don't want to be here, go. But Marcus Rashford has caused these problems. Marcus Rashford has made Amorim look like a twat. I'm sorry, he has. He's made everyone at this football club look like dickheads. Because Marcus Rashford is the topic of debate every fucking time he's not in the team. We're better without Marcus Rashford. We are massively better. We don't need him here anymore. He's had his time. He's had his chance. Get out. If you don't want to be here, do one. We're still going to be a football club. You don't need to be here, mate. So piss off. It's quite simple. 1 + 1 = 2. But Amorim, you've got to realise, I know a lot of these players are shit, and you've realised that quite quickly, but you're picking the team. You're picking this lineup. You're picking these players. You think we are benefiting with Maguire in the team. You think we are benefiting with players like Casemiro, ERIKSEN, DALOT, HOJLUND, Bruno Fernandes, ONANA. You're the one picking these players, mate. You're the one picking these players. If Amorim has got any acknowledgement, hold your hands up. You got the team wrong. And clearly he did. Clearly today, that team selection was a disgrace. You would have thought we've lost against Tottenham. We've gone out the Carabao Cup. We've lost to Bournemouth. And we've now lost to Wolves. That's 3 defeats in a row in all competition. You would have thought, I need to change something. I can't keep picking Maguire. I can't keep picking MAINOO. I can't keep picking HOJLUND. I can't keep picking Fernandes. The only problem he's stuck with these players. He's picked them today. There has to be a responsibility by the manager. You thought that was the best team to go with today. I don't think it was. I don't think that team necessarily benefited us at all. I thought the back three was a joke. I think our wing backs don't really do much. I'm struggling really to understand how the midfield's meant to work. And I'm really struggling to understand you're playing Bruno Fernandes inside this front three, but you're playing him on the left wing. Bruno Fernandes is a centre attacking midfielder. He's not a left winger. He's not a right winger. He's not a striker. But you're playing him on the left. What does this remind you of? What does this remind you of? Wakey, wakey, Man United fans. Get your light bulb moment. Because did Ten Hag do this with... did Ten Hag do this with Garnacho on the right wing? Which he did. He did this with Rashford on the right wing, which he did. And neither were getting benefited or making a great game of things on that right wing, because neither of them are right wingers. And all of a sudden, a light bulb moment has hit Amorim's clueless brain and thought, do you know what? Let's try playing Bruno Fernandes on the left. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this is going to make some kind of difference to Manchester United going forward as more of an attacking team. I'm sorry to say, we are struggling to make any attacking opportunities for ourselves because there's a lack of service, there's a lack of attacking width from either side, from the left and the right. And as for HOJLUND, whoever scouted Rasmus HOJLUND and Joshua ZIRKZEE needs brain surgery. I'm sorry to say, whatever in your brain decided based on your recruitment and your research and your analysis, whoever thought that was a good idea, suggesting that we go for HOJLUND and ZIRKZEE, who are mainly Serie A strikers at best, what thought in your brain occurred to you that you thought, you know what, maybe bringing them to Manchester United is going to benefit them? It's going to be a big step, a big change in the career. And you know what? Going for two younger, hungrier strikers who've got a lot more of a long-term future at this football club will make a massive difference to Man United in the future. I'm sorry to say, I'm really sorry to say, if now is the time to sell both, because Rasmus HOJLUND is non-existent. Joshua ZIRKZEE had one decent chance on goal inside that second half when we played that low cross inside to the Wolves penalty area, which ended up straight into the Wolves goalkeeper's arms. That is all he did for the second half. We are not scoring enough goals. We are not clinical enough. We are not putting the ball in the net. And people are moaning and wondering why this is happening, because we're relying on two Serie A strikers who we thought were the answer. And again, I hold my hands up. When we signed HOJLUND, I got excited. I thought, you know what? This is the right step. And also the same with ZIRKZEE. Everyone gets excited when you sign a new player. And I get that. And I understand. And I hold my hands up saying these signings will work. But clearly they're not. Clearly they are not. Neither of them are making the impact that everybody wants. Not one of those players can hold their head up and say, I actually tried. I actually went for it. I actually did something great to benefit the performance in a lot better phase than what some of them did the whole 98 minutes. There was nothing for 98 minutes. There was nothing for that 98 minutes. We are playing DALOT at left wing back. Someone please tell me why we're doing that. Don't give me that Luke Shaw's injured. Man United should have been brutal with him and terminated his contract last season. But you get fans and sections of supporters coming at you saying, well, if Man United get rid, then, and you're telling them to terminate his contract. Yeah, I am telling you to terminate his contract. But then you come, well, if they do that, they're going to have to pay him off. No, you're not paying him off. Luke Shaw is much as responsible today as what he's been for most of his last lackluster of his career. He should have held his hands up. He should have retired and should have said, I ain't good enough anymore. I can't perform at the level. I'm not going to be able to keep myself fit. I'm not going to be able to be match fit. I am not going to be able to do this for much longer. One injury, one bad injury, when you break your leg, it changes your career. Luke Shaw should have been removed. His contract should have been terminated. I don't care how much it cost the club. The club have got money. Fucking please do it. And then you've got people moaning, why is MAZRAOui not in the squad today? We've got no left wing back. Because Amorim is not a fucking idiot. Amorim's not stupid. He also realises neither the left back he has are good enough. MAZRAOui isn't good enough, and nor is Luke Shaw. And people don't want to realise it. People will scapegoat and protect these players to the ends of the earth. Wake up. Please, please wake up. Because if neither of them are good enough, and if they were good enough, they would be in the team. They would be considered for selection. They would even be on the bench or even be starting. But we've gone back with DALOT. We have gone back with DALOT. Why? We saw this under Ten Hag. I'm going to put DALOT at left back. I'm sure he can do a job there. I'm sure he'll put the effort in. Yeah. Really? Is that really happening? So we are now basically using DALOT as a left wing back option because we're having to put DALOT at left wing back, because I'm having to play a back three of YORO, Martinez and Maguire. I'm having to put MAZRAOui in at right wing back, and then I'm having to play a midfield two of UGARTE and MAINOO. I'm having to put DALOT here, Ahmad there, Ahmad in the front three. So I've got MAZRAOui here, DALOT here, Maguire, Martinez and YORO, ONANA in goal. I'm then having to put UGARTE and MAINOO, and then I'm having to put Fernandes, HOJLUND and Ahmad as my front three. I'm sorry, that don't work. That does not work. We need a left footer at left wing back. We don't fucking have one, do we? Because Malacia is not here. Malacia was not in the squad. And so right, it should be like that. That's what you call a manager who's putting his fucking foot down. And people do not like it. People don't like it. That Amorim is showing allegiance. Amorim is putting his foot down. Amorim's not going to take any crap. And people do not like it. Well, I'm sorry to say, I don't care if fans are going to get upset. I don't care if you're going to be upset. We need the future of this football club. And people are scapegoating, saying Amorim's the problem. Amorim's doing this. Amorim's doing that. Yes, the team selections are baffling. That was the wrong squad and the wrong setup to go with. There's a lot of these players that should have been sold, that were kept by Ten Hag, that were kept by Ineos at the football club, and should have been removed. And I get everyone's angry. I am fucking pissed that it's the same players causing the same problems, making the same mistakes, costing us errors. And these players don't respond when we go a goal down. They don't respond when we don't win. They get really pissed off if they're dropped, if they're on the bench, if they're not starting, if they're not performing well. Because it's about time we've had a manager like Amorim who has walked in and realised, what the fuck is this? This is the squad I've got, and this is the players I have to work with. Are you having a laugh? I think Amorim has got to have a hard, long think now. To benefit you and to benefit your career, resign. I think Amorim should resign tonight. Not based on we've played shit, we were horrific, and players have let us down. But you've got to realise Amorim needs to benefit his career. Not these players, not this football club. Because they will then look like Amorim is the scapegoat. They'll start blaming Ruben Amorim when it all starts going tits up again. And the only thing I don't like is some of his comments. We will see these bumps. We will see these cracks in the performances. We will see this happening. That doesn't give me good vibes. That doesn't give me hope. That makes me shit myself. You might as well have the runs. You might as well have the shits. Because if that's some of the comments saying, we will experience some of these bumps, these cracks will happen, sod that. Sod fucking that. If that's the mentality, and we are going to see these bumps along the way, and defeats like this will happen, that's not a good mentality. At Manchester United, you're here to win. Not lose, not draw. You're here to win. And if you're coming out with those comments saying, we will see this bump, it's going to be a time, it's going to be a process. I've heard this under Van Gaal, Mourinho, Moyes, Rangnick, Solskjaer and Ten Hag. I mean, do I need to get Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Gang out and pull the fucking mask off and it's Ten Hag in disguise? Because I'm sorry to say, if that is the statement and that is the words that is coming out from our own manager's mouth, you've got to question, why are you making these comments? You're meant to be saying we need to win. Win every game, win every match. We are Manchester United. I'm going to bring back this fear factor. I'm going to make everyone brick themselves when they come to Old Trafford, and we are going to play everyone off the park. We're going to dominate. We don't dominate. We are shit. We are pathetic. We're too slow. There's no attacking threat. We've got fuck all in the midfield. We've got fuck all at the back. And if we have a decent goalkeeper, we don't have one. Because both goals are Onana's fault. From the corner again, you've got Onana flapping about like he's a fucking bird, like he's a fucking golden eagle, complaining that he's been fouled from the Matthias Cunha goal directly again from a fucking corner, complaining that he's not just been fouled by one Wolves player, but two, and the fucking ball goes right over his head. Look at the space, look at the back of the net, and look at the space that he left at his back fucking post. Do you know what? You might as well just remove Onana and let this lot deal with it and just let Wolves have a free open target to aim at. Because I tell you what, we would probably keep a lot more clean sheets if this shit wasn't in goal. What a fucking disgrace of a goalkeeping performance. And you've got him whinging and whining. He's Bruno Fernandes in disguise. Bruno Fernandes must have come back on and fucking grabbed Onana and Bruno went in goal. Because he's complaining he's been fouled. No one's been fouled, mate. You've made an absolute mockery of yourself. Absolutely flapping at thin air that's not even there to see or exist. You've let the ball go over your head. You've let everyone down with your goalkeeper performance because you can't keep out a simple corner and that goal has gone directly in from the set piece. You can't teach that. A five-a-side school team full of 5- and 6-year-olds would have kept that out. David De Gea would not make those mistakes. And we got rid of him. We made De Gea the scapegoat. Everyone did it. Every Man United fan, every Man United supporter moaned and moaned and moaned and made De Gea the scapegoat. De Gea's the problem. Let's get rid. De Gea's the mistake we need to remove. That's on Ten Hag. That is on Erik Ten Hag. And if it was me, I would bring back De Gea. I really would. Because Amrin realises neither of these goalkeepers are good enough. Neither of these goalkeepers should be at this football club. Neither of them should be at Manchester United. Both were signed under Ten Hag. Both were signed off by the board. By the Glazers. Look at the mess we're in. And do you know what? I was trying to chat with my mate Liam Crockett. Massive shout out to him. We were talking about this. I mean, it came to our thoughts that this might be sabotage. I'm not saying it's not, and I'm not saying it is, but this could be clear sabotage by Ruben Amorim. And what I mean by that is, this could be sending a statement to the board, sending a statement to Ineos, sending a statement to the Glazers, sending a statement to this football club. I am going to sabotage our results. I'm going to clearly fuck us up, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. And I'm going to show you how many problem players I've got to work with, how many of them I don't want here. The fucking list is probably 2 books full of how many problems are here. And I'm going to sabotage us. I'm going to play people out of position. I'm going to play a weak attack, a lackluster midfield, a lackluster defence, and a shit goalkeeper. He could be sabotaging this. You never know. I'm not saying he's doing it, but it could be sending a statement saying, you need to clear deck. You need to get this shit out this club before it's too late because I can't work with this. And he's got every right demanding that. Ruben Amorim cannot work with these players because these players aren't good enough. And people say, what would you do? I would do what Chelsea do. I'd go spend over 1.5 billion in the next 2 transfer windows. And Chelsea may have lost today. They may have not have beat Fulham and Everton in their last 2 games. But I tell you now, look where it's put them. Look where Chelsea are in the Europa Conference League. Even though that's a shit European competition and the teams that are a load of wank. But at the end of the day, look where they are in the league. They're in a Premier League title race. They may have lost today and results may still go their way tonight. You never know. But look where it's put them. Look where Chelsea are now. Title race, going to win the Europa Conference League, probably going to get top 4, probably get Champions League football. Look where they are. And if Man United did that, look where we could be. That's the only resolution. We go and do what Chelsea do. I don't know what the answers or the conclusion is going to be from this defeat. I don't know where it's going to leave half these players. But one moment I would say there was no acknowledgement between Bruno Fernandes and Amorim when Fernandes got sent off. Amorim completely blanked Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes clearly blanked Ruben Amorim. There was no acknowledgement from the player or the manager. Neither of them talked. Neither of them chatted. Neither of them acknowledged either of each other. That happened with Rashford. Is Bruno Fernandes going down the exactly same direction as what Marcus Rashford is? And does he need to go as well? It's a big debate. It's a big talking point. But we've lost 3 defeats in a row. We've conceded 9 goals in our last 3 games. We are still stuck on 22 points. We are 32 points off, worse than last season. And it looks like we are fighting relegation. So I'm going to leave it there. Enjoy the rest of your Boxing Day. Enjoy the rest of your festivities. Please hit the like button and share button. Please keep subscribing to the channel. United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Share the video, hit the tweet button, hit the retweet button, and to always remember the notification bell. Put that bell on all times to receive dedicated and upcoming brand new content that we've got planned for these last 5 remaining days in 2024 this year in December. We've got brand new videos, brand new shorts, brand new live streams planned for these last 5 days remaining in this year. We've got plenty of brand new ideas, plenty of brand new content planned for 2025. And then what I'd also say is please look out for the Premier League look ahead for Monday evening's game against Newcastle Old Trafford. It's an 8 o'clock home evening kickoff. Please join me for that look ahead tomorrow evening. I don't know how we're going to be able to talk about that and how we're going to be able to discuss that, but it's not looking good. And I think Ruben Amorim now is in a lot of trouble, as well as half these players. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Wolves 2, Manchester United 0.